After 132 regular season games, here we are at the start of the 2019 NPL New South Wales Final Series. And it's a local derby for the ages that kicks us off with Sydney United 58 hosting their nearest rival, Marconi Stallions, in the Elimination Final. Yes, there's no second chance here at Sydney United Sports Centre for the teams that finished 4th and 5th on the ladder. And while Marconi have had the edge in the 3 meetings so far this season, the must-win nature of this one promises something special. It's Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company on this brisk winter's afternoon.
Number 4, Adrian Vlastelica.
We will pause momentarily
Number 6, Petar Markovic.
for a minute's silence. The unfortunate news
And number 5, Anthony
this week, Bobby Perica, a long-time Marconi fan and supporter,
19, Zach Cancross.
taken away
Connor Evans.
at the age of 45, a fitting tribute from the Sydney United fans.
Number 14, Peter Pelikanos.
We will pause for a moment's silence.
3, Giorgio Speranza. Number 1, Nenad Vekic. Number 23, Brandon Vella. Number 16, Liam Bewley. Number 4, Roberto Speranza. Number 11, Mitchell Malia. On the bench, number 9, Anthony Frengi. Number 7, Sean O'Connell. Number 14, Peter Pelikanos. Number 17, Christian Sekulkowski. And number 40, Damien Sekenis. It is with a heavy heart that
Yes, rest in peace to Bobby Perica.
long-time member and
It's a late roll-up here at Sydney United Sports Centre. A big roll-up late here on this winter's afternoon.
condolences to Bobby
Big game set, 4th versus 5th. Take a look at the lineups for Sydney United.
and has left us
In goals, Tom Manos, a back four of Yanni Fragigianis, Tomislav Vuskok, Adrian Vlastelica and Christian Gonzalez. It's a midfield 3 of Yanni Perkatis, Liam Rose and Tariq Mayer, and a front 3 of Matt Simon, Peter Simonovsky and Matt Bilic. As for the visitors, Marconi Stallions, 2 changes from the side that lost last week at Wollongong. In goals, Nenad Vekic, a back 4 of Roberto Speranza, Nathan Milgate, Zach Cancross and Giorgio Speranza. A midfield 3 of Liam Bewley, Brandon Vella and Connor Evans. And it's a front 3 of James Andrew, Mitch Malia and the skipper Marko Jesic.
Take New South Wales. Ultra football. Power rate.
Yes, the scene is set. The 2019 NPL New South Wales semi-finals about to kick off here at
Copper windows.
Densor Park.
Sky-high painting.
The local rivalry, 2 teams separated by less than 2 kilometres,
Network
but with a huge history in the Australian football scene.
$5.
And the latest instalment about to get underway. Our referee for this one, Ben Abraham, his assistants, Matt McCorrist and Jun Park, and the 4th official, Craig Fisher. It will be the Marconi Stallions in the green top, white shorts. And they'll be running from left to right. We are underway in the 2019 Elimination Final. Marconi have certainly had the edge over Sydney United this season. This is the 4th time they have met. Sydney United yet to taste victory this season. In fact, in the last 2 seasons since Marconi have been back up in the top flight. They have had the edge. What a key battle this one will be. Christian Gonzalez fouled there by James Andrew. A huge battle in the context of this match. James Andrew, who was such an influence in the Waratah Cup final victory by Marconi last month over Sydney United. Come from behind, 2-1 victory in that one. James Andrew, a huge threat down the right-hand side. This is Simonovski. First ace for him. And he stings the palms early of Nenad Vekic. Does well to hold it at the second attempt. Simonovski back in the starting lineup last week after a recent bout of illness. And he was on the score sheet for Sydney United against Manly United in a must-win game it was last week for the team coached by Miro Vlastelica. They came away with a 3-1 victory. Does give them a little bit of confidence heading into this final series. It hasn't been the greatest second half of the season from a team that was certainly up there in the fancies in the early half of the season. Had a 5-game run between rounds 15 and 19. Did Sydney United, where they didn't get a win. Were only able to score 1 goal in that 5 rounds. Just in the last 3 weeks, though, they have been starting to hit the back of the net. They've had 2 wins in the past 3 games coming into the finals. Been able to score 7 goals in those 3 games. Mentioned that 3-1 win last week against Manly. Also beat Harkoa by the same scoreline back in round 20 as Vlastelica. Adrian back in the starting 11 today. One of those 2 changes. Getting it forward to Simonovski. Yanni Perkatis, the other one who's slotted into the centre of midfield. He's also coming to the starting 11, and here he is. Good feet from him early on. And now looking to hit Simonovski. Cut out, though, by Cancross, who finds Liam Yulee. United able to win it high up the pitch, though. You can see early on they're clearly intent on hitting Simonovski. And he's matched up against Zach Cancross and Nathan Milgate, who are in the centre of defence for Marconi. Roberto Speranza and Mitch Malia, who were both rested last week. And that 1-0 loss away to the Wollongong Wolves. Roberto Speranza comes back into the starting 11 at right back, and here he is, winning that header against Simonovski. Now Mayer's happy to play it through Vlastelica, looking for the switch out to Sim. 2 of the experienced players in the New South Wales NPL scene. Sim up against Giorgio Speranza. And now Perkatis. United on the front foot early. Speaking to Miro Vlastelica in the build-up, certainly everything at stake in this one. Season ends for the loser. And the game plan is clearly built around being aggressive. Both teams expected to go on the front foot in this game. Mentioned that edge that Marconi do have over Sydney United. Played them 3 times this year, 5 times since Marconi have been back up in the top flight. Marconi have the edge. They've won 3 of those 5. The other 2 have been draws. So Sydney United yet to taste victory since Marconi have returned to the men's one. They're on the front foot early though. Ball's out to Bilic, who was among the scorers last week. Looks to get it to the back post. Plucking it out of the sky there was Nenad Vekic. It's been in great form for the Stallions. In fact, the Stallions have been in red-hot form. We, of course, mentioned last week's loss, but prior to that, 7 wins in a row to Peter Tsakenis' side. 4 in the New South Wales National Premier League, 2 in the Waratah Cup. And of course that victory away to South Hobart in the FFA Cup. So Marconi, a team in great form. Given the edge that they do have over Sydney United, probably do come into this as favourites. They are playing away though. Sydney United haven't had the best of records at home this season. In fact, of their 11 games here at Sydney United Sports Centre, they've only won 3. 5 draws and 4 losses. They're on the front foot, as we said. Now it's Sim foraging forward down that right-hand side. Now he gets the cross in. Zach Cancross at the near post, able to clear for the Stallions. Stallions seem happy enough to sit back in the early going. That battle between Simonovsky and Cancross, there's already been 2 or 3 exchanges between them. One to certainly watch. Simonovsky likes to play off the shoulder of the defenders, wants to get in behind. Cancross, very strong central defender. And here's a first opportunity for Marconi to build. They can't get it through Tomislav Uskok, who again looks to hit Simonovsky early. Clear pattern has emerged in the early going. We're only in the 9th minute. United trying to get it forward to their striker, and Simonovsky is working back here. Now Nathan Milgate looks to hit Jesic, the Marconi skipper, who picks up the loose ball. Yanni Pakatis in that holding role in midfield, doing well there. Now it's Tariq Mayer, who can drive forward and combine with Bilic. Here's the 1-2 combination. Now Tariq Mayer still going. On the left foot he goes. And in the end, Vekic is able to get his body behind it. But a good early sider from Tariq Mayer. It's been in great form for Miro Vlastelica. Five for the season, Tariq Mayer. He's certainly shown in recent weeks that he can find the back of the net. Seen him score in the FFA Cup, also in the league. And he's a key player in that midfield. With no Glenn Trefiro this afternoon for Sydney United. The big news, of course, last week, coming off injured with an ankle injury. Not deemed ready for this one. So their creative force, Glenn Trefiro, missing this. It means big responsibility for the likes of Liam Rose and Tariq Mayer. And the setup from Vlastelica is Pakatis at the base with the twin 8s in Tariq Mayer and Liam Rose. Simonovsky trying to combine with Mayer, but getting in there was Connor Evans. Now he tries to find Malia. It looks like he's shaped up on the left side of the attack for the Stallions. Expect him and Jesic to interchange positions. Jesic at the moment at the top of the formation. He's the target here, playing in the number 9 role. Trying to find pockets of space between Uskok and Adrian Vlastelica. Here is Vlastelica going long for Bilic. Strong in the air though, Roberto Speranza. And he goes long early. Manos is off his line, reads it well. Now picking up the loose ball, James Andrew. And he gets it out to Brandon Vella. Play on's the call from the referee, Abraham. Coming forward, Giorgio Speranza. That's where Marconi eventually go. Now in first time from Malia. Decent delivery there. Jesic not quite able to get a header on the end of it. Forward now from Milgate. Good header from Percatis. Gonzalez. James Andrew trying to turn it forward. Battle in the midfield here for possession. Now Tariq Mayer comes out with it for United. Tomislav Uskok moved across from the Melbourne Knights at the midway point of the season. Certainly the defence hasn't been an issue for United in the second half of the season. Uskok certainly helped solidify that alongside Adrian Vlastelica. It's been at the other end for them. Talk about that 5-game run where they weren't able to find it. In fact, they were only able to find the back of the net once between rounds 15 and 19. Defensively, they have been solid. They've kept a number of clean sheets. But they've got a test on their hands here through James Andrew. That outlet that Peter Tsakinis used throughout the Waratah Cup final. Trying to isolate the Sydney United left back. 1-on-1 against James Andrew. We'll see what Miro Vlastelica has done to adjust there. Speaking to him after that Waratah Cup final, he felt that they didn't put enough pressure on the player trying to release the ball to Andrew. So watch for that pressing in the front third. At the moment they've got a bit of defending to do here on Jesic. He'll look to hit Milgate. Uskok. Jesic picking up the loose ball. Don't see Milgate lose out too often to headers inside the opposition 18-yard box. On that occasion, though, Tomislav Uskok, one of the tallest defenders in the New South Wales NPL 1, had the measure of him. Certainly one to watch. Milgate at set pieces, a real threat for the Stallions. The 15th minute mark. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company. It's the elimination final. Start of the 2019 NPL New South Wales Final Series. 4th versus 5th. Sydney United finishing the season on 33 points, a point ahead of their nearest rivals. Bilic turns that one forward. We're going to find a winner for you today. It's level at the end of 90 minutes. We will go to 15 minutes. 2 periods of extra time. If we're still level, we will be sorted from the penalty spot. One team will bow out today. Saw a penalty shootout in the game preceding this one. The under-20s finished 1-1 at the end of full time between Rockdale City and the Sutherland Sharks. The preliminary semi-final in the under-20s competition. Rockdale, though, winning 3-1 from the penalty spot. So they'll go on next week to take on the Premiers as a crunching tackle comes in here from Vlastelica. Ben Abraham's on the spot. He's just going to have a warning to the central defender. Crunching tackle on Brandon Vella. Marconi looking to go quickly in transition there. Vlastelica stepping out. So it's a set piece opportunity here for the Stallions. 16 minutes have elapsed. Manos just marshalling his defence. Uscock's got the job, it looks like, on Cairncross. Millgate's at the back post, and looking after him is Vlastelica. Millgate comes in to attack this one. Who's going to pick up the loose ball? On the edge is Mayer. He clears for United. Only as far though as Cairncross, and he finds Millgate, who turns it on to James Andrew. Can they combine here, the Stallions? Millgate looks to get the cross in, and Vlastelica sticks to his job. No room there. Player's more noted for his work in the air inside the opposition box. And he's gone to the back post here. Yuli wants it short. United have fallen asleep. Can Yuli take advantage? Appeals for handball. It's on the edge of the box. Ben Abraham gives Marconi the free kick here. The handball from Percatis. Just fell asleep there, Sydney United. Yuli dropped in for the short corner. And he wanted to whip it in early. Percatis came across. The block came with the arm. So it is an opportunity here. Mitch Malia fancies this one for the Stallions. On 9 goals so far for the season. Back in the starting 11 this afternoon. Mitch Malia goes direct. And he forces Tom Manos into an excellent save at the near post. Terrific attempt there from Malia. One of the many big name recruits in the off season from the Stallions. Understandably started fairly slow for them, but they're coming home strong. Millgate climbing. Falls back out to Jesic. They go back to Evans, who can get it forward. Comfortable in the end for Manos. The crowd is really built here. Saw a great roll up just before kickoff. Huge queue here at King Tom. They've managed to get everyone in. Very healthy crowd on the hill. Sunny winter's afternoon, a bit of a chill in the air. Both teams feeling each other out. The utmost respect in the early going. United on the front foot. Marconi having a period over the last few minutes. They're trying to apply a higher press here on Percatis, who can turn away and switch out to Sim. Gets to it first. Cairncross picks up the loose ball though. Now they're away through Malia. Vela peels out to the left, and Malia looks for the switch. He finds Andrew in that one-on-one situation against Christian Gonzalez. Working back, Bilic trying to help out. Andrew's still going. In the end, Tariq Mayer working back and helping Adrian Vlastelica out. Here is Yuli. Does a fall here to Roberto Speranza. Slightly heavy on the cross there. Fragile Giannis on that far side. He's playing it right back today. Mentioned the return of Adrian Vlastelica into the centre of defence alongside Uzkok. That's meant that Yanni Fragigiannis has gone from the centre of defence out to right side of the back four. So Jordan Roberts on the bench for Vlastelica. The other substitutes for Sydney United, Peter Markovic, the man who there was so much emotion around here last week. Given a fitting send-off after 22 years at the club, Peter Markovic. As Andrew looks to take on Gonzalez again. Also got Patrick Antelmi and Anthony Tomalich on the bench. if he needs him. As Simonovsky tries to round that one out. Long ball over the top from Fragigiannis. Certainly been an outlet for United in the opening half of this first half. Marconi started fairly conservatively, opening 10 or so minutes, but they've really come back into this one now. For them on the substitutes bench, we've got Christian Sekatkovsky, the keeper, also Peter Pelikanos, Sean O'Connell, and a couple of attacking options in Anthony Frangi and Damien Sekenis. Marconi have certainly been providing a bit of punch off the bench in the last couple of months. Likes of Sekenis, Frangi, we saw him a couple of weeks ago against Blacktown City, come off the bench and score one of the 2 goals in a 2-0 victory. And tell me, last week also coming off the bench for Vlastelica. So both coaches with good attacking options to bring on. So Adrian Vlastelica tries to go over the top. Roberto Esperanza reading that one well. Andrew working back. He's giving Bilic an opportunity though. On the dribble he goes. Connor Evans standing strong in that midfield. And in the end it looks like it's going to be a free kick. The referee just making sure that Connor Evans gets some attention quickly here. Maybe a slight knock to the head. What a return to the Marconi fold it has been for Connor Evans. Returning for that Waratah Cup semi-final back on the 3rd of July. Since then, Marconi have won 7 of their 8 games. One of the key recruits for Peter Tsakenis in the off-season. Got injured very early on in the season. It's great to see him back. And hasn't his form been excellent? Connor Evans partnered up today in the midfield with Liam Yulee, who's also been in great form in the second half of the season. And Brandon Vella, one of Marconi's most consistent performers over the past couple of years. Good to see Connor Evans back up on his feet. First of a doubleheader tonight, a big Saturday afternoon in the New South Wales National Premier League. Later on, from Lambert Park, we'll have second versus third. Apia Leichhardt Tigers taking on Blacktown City. If you can't get to Lambert Park for that one, join us on the live stream. Adam Santaros will be bringing you all the action, 7 p.m. Same place you're watching this one. NPL New South Wales Facebook. Football New South Wales YouTube. Remember, our streams are interactive, so leave comments throughout. Let us know your thoughts. It's been a conservative start in this one. Manos probably with the best save, although Vekic has had to produce a couple himself. Liam Rose trying to combine down the right-hand side, and now it's with Sim. On the left foot he goes. Cancross gets the block in. Good combination. Sydney United certainly love to do that. Good work here from Liam Rose. And now Matt Sim. On the left foot he goes. Again, it was the central defender blocking. Simonovsky judged to be offside there. Not happy about that. Jim Park right on the spot on that far side. Matt Sim looking lively. The combination with Fragigiannis and Liam Rose. Cancross with the first block, and then Nathan Millgate. So the winner of this one will go forward to the week 2 of the finals, where they will take on the loser of this evening's game at Lambert Park. Up here, Blacktown City, 2 teams that have been very evenly matched this season. Of course, Marconi will be in action midweek in the FFA Cup round of 16 game against Melbourne City on Wednesday night. So if they do progress out of this game, the Marconi Stallions, their minor semi-final will be postponed from Wednesday to Saturday next week. If Sydney United do win tonight, they'll be taking on the loser of Apia and Blacktown. That'll be on Wednesday night. So they look to find Simonoski. Plays it back out to Fra Georgianis. Now the flick on coming from Rose. Sim wanting to turn it over to the top. Simonoski on the turn, but the flag's gone up. Referee happy to allow play to go on with the ball in the hands of Nenad Vekic. Good first touch here from Jesic just to hold it up. Good even contest so far. Marconi looking to penetrate now down the left-hand side. Ducking inside. Jesic! The deflection comes. Good work from the skipper there. United able to scurry back and do enough. It is a corner, an opportunity to send Cancross and Millgate forward. Jesic just come across to take this one. Will Millgate make the run to the near post? Speranza's also in there. Roberto Speranza goes to the back post. Manos over his head. And in the end, it comes off. Mitch Marley at the back post. The Sydney United shot stopper there. Caught out by the flight of Jesic's delivery. He's already produced an excellent stop so far to deny Mitch Malia from set piece. Sim's been very heavily involved early going. Now they win the ball high through Liam Rose. Can't quite keep it. Tried the extravagant roll. Spin turn there. Millgate was able to clear for the Stallions. Last time we were here back in round 17. Very tight affair between these two. 0-0 it finished. Marconi with a player sent off, Mitch Malia. Played most of the second half. One player less. Were able to hold on for the draw. In fact, pretty even second half it was. They still ask questions with the 10 men. The other two games have been won by Marconi back in round 6. A big 5-0 win down the road at Bosley Park. In fact, by this time in that game, it was already a big scoreline. They got off to an absolute flyer in that game, did Marconi. Two games since have been more even contests, and this is certainly how this one has started. Must win contest. No second chance for the loser. Talk about that big off-season recruitment drive from the Stallions. Wasn't quite smooth sailing for them in the opening half of the season, but they have been able to turn it around. Mentioned the return of Evans since July. Also, Nathan Milgate dropping into the centre of defence has been a real key move by Peter Tsakenis and Peter Popoithias. Been getting some great impact as well from youngsters, the likes of Yuli. Going to get some treatment here on that far side. Then Abraham's gone across. Just having a chat to his assistant in Jim Park. Wonder if there'll be any reprimand here. Is there an elbow involved? It looks like it is going to be a yellow card. The first of the game goes to Yanni Frajogiannis. There's a bit going on in the back play. It is a contest that's been littered with red cards. Mentioned that they've met 5 times in the past 2 seasons. 3 of those games have seen red cards. Yanni Frajogiannis is the first player booked. Ben Abraham's given the Stallions a free kick as a result of that foul. They've already looked dangerous and tested. Manos, can they produce something from this set piece? Uscox matched up on Cancross. Vlastelica at the back post against Milgate. Frajogiannis has got the job on Roberto Esperanza. Mitch Malia, shadowed by Liam Rose. Manos has got his 2-man wall up. Can Marconi create something here? And it goes! Can't cross the target. And Milgate was there at the back post. But United sticking to their job. Applying just enough pressure to force the goal kick in the end. Another dangerous set piece from the Stallions. We know their strength. They certainly believe they can get something from those situations this afternoon. In the 35th minute here, it's Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. It's the elimination final of the 2019 NPL New South Wales season. 132 games across 22 weeks, and here we are. It's Frajogiannis, shut down quickly though. Yuli out of central midfield, but Liam Rose has really picked up his rating in the second half of the season defensively in that midfield. Fitness has come a long way since dropping out of the A-League, and he's trying to thread the ball in behind there. Frajogiannis foraging forward from right back. An even battle so far in that midfield. Referee just going across to check on Marko Jesic. Has come on with a different shirt. Must have had a bit of blood on that. So he's come on with the number 62 jersey. The Marconi skipper. He's got the bandage. Perhaps protecting a couple of stitches. Spilic goes forward. He finds Simonoski here. Coming back though from an offside position. The Marconi defence well organised. They're alert to that ball in behind. Mentioned Marconi's game midweek in that FFA Cup game against the Melbourne City side. Wednesday night down the road at Marconi Stadium. Tickets went on sale a couple of days ago. Check the Marconi social pages and the website. You can buy those tickets at the front desk. down at the Palace. Here's United going forward in transition. Sim gets it inside. Comfortable in the end for Nenad Vekic. Both keepers have made a good start. Vekic with a couple of saves in the opening 10 minutes. Menas at the other end forced into an excellent save off Malia. In the main though, the game's been played in front of the back fours. Neither team able to get him behind, but Simonovsky, just as we said that, drifted him behind, but again the flag went up. Jim Park on that far side. Again it was Matt Sim just drifting inside. We talk about Simonovsky who loves to play off that shoulder. So he can drift into offside positions. But it only takes one moment to time that run. And it might give Sydney United the opening. Roberto Speranza's moved forward. Now can they exploit the space through Bilic? Working back Esperanza. As Bilic gets it inside. Over the top it goes. Chancey for Massim. Wanted to turn initially onto the left foot. He was shut down by Giorgio Esperanza, who recovered really well there for the Stallions. The opportunity goes for Sydney United 58. Good transition there from Mirov Lastelitsa's men. Bilic with an early delivery, exposing that Marconi defensive transition. But the recovery was very good. And now it's a set piece. A corner for Sydney United. They go near post. Connor Evans, first to it. Vela happy to knock it out. Quickly they go through Fragigiannis, who tries to drive forward. In it goes. Excellent delivery. Bilic was at the back post. Now he drives. Bilic trying to get to the byline. He can't keep that one in. But a good couple of moments from Sydney United. Excellent delivery initially from Bilic. And then on the right-hand side it was Fragigiannis. Looking to hit Simonovsky and Bilic in the middle. Experienced fourth official in Craig Fisher, having a chat to both coaches as Giorgio Esperanza comes forward. We haven't seen him do this too often so far. Now it falls to Jesic. Too close to the keeper in Manos. Giorgio Esperanza just reminding Matt Sim that he's got to be alert to the defensive duties. Giorgio Esperanza does like to get forward. It's been an excellent battle so far. Esperanza showing his experience there with that recovery effort on Sim. It looked like he was ready to line one up. Now Perkatis goes down that right-hand side again through Liam Rose. Tries to switch it out to Bilic. Who's going to pick up this loose ball? James Andrew working back. Talk about his attacking threat, showing he's happy to work back and help Roberto Esperanza. And now Marconi can come through Jesic, who looks central. Falls out to Andrew. Time and space to shoot here. In the end, comfortable for Manos. Couldn't quite get the power on that, James Andrew. Was up against Bilic in that Waratah Cup final. Really got the better of him, so much so in the end that Bilic drew a second yellow card. Sent off. Marconi went on to win that one. Today he's up against Christian Gonzalez. Bilic is further up the flank. Such an experienced player, Matt Bilic. He's Uzkok. Now Perkatis, he finds Maya in a bit of space. Shut down quickly by Yuli. He gives away the foul. Pakatis, the deepest of the three holding midfielders or central midfielders for United this afternoon. Back in the starting 11. Here he is looking to go forward. Can't find Simonovsky. Adrian Vlastelica happy to work it back to Manos. Good ball from Uzkok. Curtis forced back into that pressing from Marconi. Over on that right-hand side with Fragigiannis. It's been a good avenue so far for Sydney United. The last few minutes before half-time. Can United open the scoring through Perkatis? Can't get his shot on target though. Took the space in front of him. Both defences happy to drop off, not really allowing the opposition to get in behind. Certainly Marconi enjoyed a lot of success in that Waratah Cup final against United's high line. Looks like Sydney United have gone to school on that. Dropping off a little deeper, not allowing the speed of James Andrew, Mitch Malia, the room in behind. At the moment, both teams happy to play the holding game. 0-0 it remains if you've just joined us. It's Tony Tanous with you. It's the elimination final, 4th versus 5th. Play on's the call here. Advantage for United. Mayer looking to combine with Sim, who couldn't quite find Simonovsky. Bilic looks to pick up the loose ball though, and he brings Fragigiannis into the action. Jesic dives across. Second to be a return favour. It is a yellow card to Marko Jesic, stopping the Sydney United attack there. Fragigiannis giving away the yellow card on 32 minutes. Now it's Jesic who's gone into the book. So a player each has been booked, and it's a set piece opportunity here as we approach the halfway mark. Sim overhits that one. Disappointing delivery there as he sent Tomislav Uzkok forward. Not a lot of goalmouth scoring action so far. Vekic with a couple of saves in the opening 10 minutes. Manos from a set piece. Can Marconi test him before the break? Coming forward is Giorgio Speranza. Happy to turn it back to Evans. Now it's Giorgio Speranza who goes near post. Vlastelica gets himself in a bit of a mess there. In the end he can clear. And Bilic can look to go forward quickly. Working back is Liam Yuli. About to see Craig Fisher put the board up to indicate the additional time. 2 minutes of additional time. The end of this first half in the elimination final. Haven't quite seen the fireworks we might have expected or have come to see between these two. Speranza goes long. Gonzalez alert to his defensive responsibility. Perhaps a chance here for the visitors in Marconi to mount one last attack before the break. They go short. Now it's Vela. Evans looks to go to the back post. Jesic is there. Both these players on yellow cards. Marconi happy to keep it for now. United dropping off. Marconi switching one side to the other. Now Roberto Esperanza looks to find James Andrew. Bilic working back to help Christian Gonzalez out. It's been the story for both sides. Defensive discipline has dominated this opening half. But we have seen Marconi pose a bit of a threat at set pieces. Cancross and Millgate, the two men who do the most damage, usually. Goes to no one in particular, this one. Jesic's delivery is usually spot on. Couldn't quite find his target there. It is the last action of a first half in the 2019 Elimination Final. An even contest here. 0-0 it is at the break. Tom Manos producing an excellent save to deny Mitch Malia from a set piece. In the early going, it was Nenad Vekic who kept Sydney United at bay. More to come. This game was sure to open up in the second half. At the break, though, it is 0-0. Sydney United 58 and Marconi Stallions will have a short break and be back with all the second half action. And it's a welcome back to Sydney United Sports Centre for the elimination final in the 2019 NPL New South Wales Men's 1 Final Series. You just joined us at the break. A very even first half. 0-0 it ended. And all to play for. Must win for both sides. The loser eliminated from the 2019 season.
Sydney United would like to thank their corporate partners.
The winner to march on to week 2, where they'll be taking on the loser of this evening's game at Lambert Park between Apia Leichhardt Tigers and Blacktown City. The game kicking off at 7 p.m, so stick around. Still plenty to play for in this one. Tony Tanous with you for this second half. Across the Football New South Wales channels, it's Sydney United running from left to right in this second period. Very even first half, as I mentioned. Generally the way it pans out, these two sides meet. Sydney United certainly had a bit of change out of Matt Sim, able to find some space on the right side of the attack in the first period. Not quite able to find the final execution though. A couple of half chances for him. So Liam Rose quite lively in that first period. That combination with Fragigiannis. And Sim down the right hand side. Marconi have also been trying to target that right side, James Andrew. United though alert to his threat in behind. Dropping off, not allowing Marconi to penetrate in behind. That was really the story of the first period. Stalemate emerged. Defences on top. Let's see if either coach swings the momentum here. Thanks for your company across our Football New South Wales channels. It's the start of the final series. Of course, some big games to come, all heading towards the 31st of August. The big grand final at Bankwest Stadium. What an occasion that's going to be. Of course, tickets going on sale this week. So be sure to snap your tickets up early, an early bird special. Get your tickets ahead of Monday, the 26th of August. Take advantage of that early bird special. Terrific pricing right across this competition, which has provided so much entertainment this season. There's every game live streamed. Been a pleasure to have your company. Games usually deliver so much quality and drama. This one's been quite the stalemate so far. Usually only takes one moment though to light up a match. Vlastelica in strongly there for United. And now Tariq Mayer trying to combine here with Simonoski. The 1-2 combination. Right idea there. Execution not quite on. Has been the story for both sides in the front third so far. Marconi's best opportunities have been at set pieces. Can they create something here? Connor Evans. He's been busy. Finds Mitch Malia. His delivery stood up at that near post. Comfortable for Manos. Now Uskok. Again, Liam Rose finding some space between the lines. And now he looks to find Simonoski. Recovering quickly though was Cairncross. And Villa can try and get Marconi going in transition. 1v1 opportunity here for James Andrew on Gonzalez. Gonzalez does well defensively. Stands up. Gets the toe in. See, Sydney United has certainly gone to school on that Waratah Cup final. Gonzalez not giving Andrew too much space and The work from Bilic to help double up on that left-hand side. United have been switched on defensively so far. Millgate. Can't find anyone in green. United can come forward. Sims got beyond Giorgio Speranza. Here's Matt Sim on his favoured left foot. Dinks it towards Bilic. Roberto Speranza's in the way. Now Perkatis. Three midfielders combining, and Mayer looks to clip it inside for Bilic. Two straight that one. And Vekic can gobble it up. Andrew trying to drive. At Gonzalez there. We've already got two players on yellow cards. Can he want to play on quickly? Jesic has taken the head bandage off. Saw him cop an elbow from Yanni Fragigiannis in that first half. Fragigiannis going into the book. Jesic was bandaged, but looks like he's got the treatment at the halftime break. He's come out without the bandage. As Liam Rose ventures forward. Great feet from him. Now he finds Mayer. And now it's an opportunity on the left-hand side. The block coming in the end. Roberto Speranza on Bilic. The opportunity goes begging. Those two mobile central midfielders. And Liam Rose and Tariq Mayer driving out of those central pockets and asking questions of Marconi, who looked to go back in transition. Suddenly this game's starting to open up. Fragigiannis forced to do the defensive work. Working back on Mitch Malia. It's resulted in the corner here to the Stallions. Again, they've sent Millgate forward. Cancross is in there as well. Millgate drops out to the back post. Manos comes. He parries and eventually picks up the loose one. Made the decision, committed to that. Marconi can come forward again here through Malia. Coming forward, Giorgio Speranza, but he's shut down. So Giorgianis has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Liam Rose there giving away the foul in the back play. No advantage to the Stallions. And they've got another set piece opportunity here. Thanks for your company. It's Tony Tanous with you. You're live across the Football New South Wales channels for the Elimination Final 2019 season. Liam Yulee aims towards Millgate. Wins that one against Vlastelica. Comfortable though in the end. Sydney United certainly alert to picking up that second ball. Millgate so often gets to the ball first in the box. Manos was all over that one though. Saw an excellent crowd rolling up just before kickoff. Saturday afternoon fixture. First of a double header. It's compressed final schedule, of course, so we mentioned that grand final at Bankwest on the 31st. A couple of possible scenarios depending on the winner of this game. Marconi, of course, have FFA Cup action on Wednesday night against Melbourne City. So if they win today, they're... So we pause now as United create the opportunity through Simonoski. Trying to turn now and tee it up for Tariq Mayer. Onto the right foot he goes. Marconi with the numbers to get the block on. Able to get him behind though down that right hand side. Promising signs for Matt Sim. And Andrew wanting to go away in transition. Tariq Mayer holding him up after missing the opportunity on the edge of the box. He's given away a yellow card. It's the second given away by a Sydney United player. So Tariq Mayer joins Yanni Fragigiannis in the book for Sydney United. The good opening for them. More encouraging sides for the hosts. Szymanowski finding himself in space in the box. Not quite connecting with his strike. Ditto with Tariq Mayer. The opportunity went begging. I mentioned the danger that Matt Sims posed down the right-hand side. Here he is working back on Giorgio Speranza. Two big game players. Vekic, speaking of big game players, been an excellent season for him yet again. One of the most consistent custodians in the National Premier League scene right across the country. Seen Zelko Kalac come off his dugout, helping out Miro Vlastelica. Now they find Sim down the right-hand side, flowing forward here through Szymanowski. Thought about taking that first time, in the end he looked like he was trying to tee up Bilic. And the opportunity went begging. Marconi were able to scramble defensively. But again, good signs from Sydney United. Playing with a bit of tempo early in this second half. And Mali has gone down after that block on Fragile Giannis. Didn't look good there for Mitch Malia. Hopefully nothing serious for him. Back into the starting 11 today after missing out last week through a hamstring niggle. Just feeling that left leg as he comes back up. It's been a positive start from Sydney United 58 in the second half. Not yet been able to test Vekic though. Uscock looks to hit Szymanowski. Play on's the advantage here with Sydney United. Bilic, who can go at Roberto Speranza. In it goes, looking for Mayer, who couldn't connect again. Again, flowing forward there with Sydney United. Play on was the call from Ben Abraham, and he's pulled up Nathan Milgate, giving him a yellow card for that earlier foul. Comes the second Marconi player to go in the book, Nathan Milgate. Joins Marko Jesic, who was booked for an earlier challenge on Yanni Fragigiannis. United continue on the front foot in a positive beginning to the second half. Can they get something to show for it though and open this game up? Gonzalez in ahead of Andrew. Now Gonzalez trying to make Andrew go the other way. Andrew doing well defensively. And he comes away with it. And this time Bilic clips him from behind. That battle, that was such a talking point throughout the Waratah Cup final. Bilic versus Andrew. We've seen it light up here, and Bilic has gone into the book, clipping Andrew, who looked to gallop away there in transition. So the yellow card starting to mount. Bilic becomes the third Sydney United player booked. Jesic trying to find a pocket. Vlastelica though snuffs it out. Of course, if Sydney United do win here, their minor semi-final will be on Wednesday night. They'll play the loser of Apia versus Blacktown City. Of course, Sydney United do have an FFA Cup round of 16 game of their own after that epic victory in extra time over St George FC in the round of 32. They will be taking on the West Sydney Wanderers That game scheduled for Wednesday the 28th. So both these sides, if they march on through the finals, they go all the way, they'd be playing 5 games in 15 days. So a massive schedule for both these sides. They've got to do it the long way, the hard way. Both of them, of course, with an FFA Cup round of 16 game in the mix, making the scheduling all the more complicated. Speaking to a couple of players ahead of the game, certainly prefer that to training, I believe. And both sides have been able to keep themselves fresh with the tight schedule in mind. They've known about it for a couple of months. Potential for it as Vlastelica comes forward. Chance to get it out to that left-hand side. Play on's the call. In fact, the referee bringing it back. It's a free kick here to Sydney United. Excellent run forward from Adrian Vlastelica. Marconi committing the foul. Just as we speak, United, they've been on the front foot in this second half, but they're warming up. Patrick Antelmi, a fresh injection of power and goal scoring, finishing. They've got a set piece here. An hour has elapsed at Sydney United Sports Centre. 0-0 it remains. The elimination final. Two of the great clubs in Australian football, separated by less than 2 kilometres. There's been very little to separate them here. Up steps Tariq Mayer, trying to do just that, but he can't get it over the wall and below the crossbar. We're going to see both coaches go to the bench here. So Antelmi, the player to come on for Yanni Percates. So swinging the pendulum here. Antelmi, he's going to go into the attack to join Simonovsky. And Mitch Malia, we saw him go down moments ago. And he's going to come off for Damien Tsakenis. Mitch Malia was out injured last week. Back in the starting 11 today. He's lasted just over an hour. Damien Tsakenis has moved into the number 9 role, the striker role. The youngster who's made headlines in the second half of the season. Now it's Tariq Mayer who's starting to get more and more possession between the lines for Sydney United. He and Liam Rose growing in influence. Can Marconi wrestle control in the middle? Mobility of Mayer and Rose certainly been a feature this afternoon. Spilic looks to get to this one ahead of Roberto Esperanza. Sticks to his job. Excellent work. The technician in Tariq Mayer in the end doubled up though. Liam Yulee. Now it's the combination. Uscock reading it though, and he comes out for United. Both teams starting to get their transition going. They find Bilic, but he's drifted into an offside position, and the frustration grows. The opportunity goes begging. Assistant referee on this side, Matt McCorrist, hasn't had too much to do so far. Both coaches have gone to their bench. Damien Tsakenis going through the middle now. Yes, he just pulled out to the left-hand side where Malia was. And the ball's gone in that direction here. Jesic has got Fra Georgianis to deal with. Liam Rose has been excellent for Sydney United. Now Sim is looking to hit Antelmi, get him involved for the first time. Of course, a player familiar to many of these Marconi players are once teammates at Blacktown City. Play on's the call here. It's Marconi built down the right-hand side. Chance here for Jesic. And now he's looking to tee up Vela! And he forces Manos into a sharp save down to his right. Good build up that in transition. Good play advantage there from the referee and Ben Abraham, who saw the advantage available down the right-hand side to the Stallions. In the end, Jesic was able to tee up Vela, and Manos had his front post covered. He was not about to allow Marconi to sneak one in at that near post. They've got another opportunity here from the corner. Jesic goes to the back post. Manos punches. Only as far here as Giorgio Speranza, who gets it back up into the mixer. And now it falls to Roberto Speranza. He couldn't quite wrap the shoelaces around that. And Sim can gallop away in transition here. Connor Evans does well. This ball from Sim again for the second time. Quick succession, not able to find the target. Suddenly this has become a transition game. Both teams enjoying the space, and there's plenty here for Tariq Mayer. Gets it out to Bilic, and again the flag's gone up. The timing of that delivery out to that left-hand flank, not quite on in the last couple of opportunities. United certainly had the better of the second half. Not really been able to test Nenad Vekic despite all of that domination of the flow of the game. Peter Tsakenis has swung the pendulum. Here's Yuli. Vela. Jesic driving it. Fragigiannis wants to try his luck. In the end, thought about the tee up to Vela. Not quite on the same wavelength. And the story of the afternoon in the front third so far. Not quite connecting for both sides. Lovely turn there from Yuli. Excellent feet from him. Former West Sydney Wanderers academy player. In the end, though, that final delivery letting him down. Of course, former teammate with Tariq Mayer up against each other in that midfield. A couple of ex-A-League players in that middle. Liam Rose has certainly been one of the standouts for United. Tariq Mayer growing in influence as this game goes on. And Telmi's gone into that central striker role. Simonovsky just playing off him, and that's the target here. Now Sim. Mayer's found the pocket of space, but they're happy to go through Rose. Now Bilic. Can they find that ball? Here's Simonovsky trying it. Couldn't get the power on though. Vekic comfortable. Simonovsky back on the score sheet last week. Took him up to 9 for the season as the ball goes forward for Damien Tsakenis. Can he fashion the opportunity? Good ball it was from Jesic in the end. Crowded out by Uzkok. The youngster scrapped headlines in the last couple of weeks. Some audacious work for Marconi Stallions. Spoke about that during the week. Was hoping at the start of the year to just get some bench time in the under-20s. What a meteoric rise through the ranks at Marconi. A couple of injuries to the likes of Frangi. Miriam Pavlovic, of course, leaving at the midway point of the season to join Mount Druitt Town Rangers. The opportunity has popped up. I mentioned Marty Fernandez. He's out of action today. The youngsters, Fernandez and Tsakenis, have really contributed in the second half of the season. Yuli with the header down. Now Andrew, can he go past his player? A rare opportunity to drive at the United defence. James Andrew. Vlastelica backing up his left side of defence there. Thought he had a goal kick there. Thought he'd knocked it off James Andrew. The flag's gone up for a corner. Approaching the final 20 minutes of this elimination final. Are we going to find a moment to open this game up? Marconi have certainly been on the back foot in this second half. Can they create here from a corner over the head of Tsakenis? Millgate playing retrieve. In it goes. Again from Giorgio Speranza. Now falls to Roberto. Again, he can't keep his volley down. Another opportunity goes begging at the set piece for the Stallions. A reminder, we're here. If it goes to extra time, part of a double header on your Saturday, the first Saturday of the 2019 final series. We'll be live from Lambert Park at 7 o'clock. Sydney United last season, they were in the finals. Finished third in the final, in the latter last season. Both there. In fact, their first week of the finals, they went to penalties. They played Apia Leichhardt Tigers, won that on penalties. As the ball comes in from the left-hand side. Tariq Mayer trying to pick up the loose ball. Connor Evans, powerful through the midfield. Now he feeds Jesic. Fragigiannis, he's given away the foul there. He's got to be careful. Accidental. He's on a yellow card. He and Jesic. As we said, this contest littered with red cards. Somalia sent off back in round 17. Bilic was sent off in the Waratah Cup final. Here's Yuli. The back post. Can cross. Now Millgate. Can't quite get that one on target. But again showing their aerial threat. Yuli happy to hang it up. Can cross with the initial contact. Millgate at the back post. Now coming forward, Fragigiannis. Looking inside early for Antelmi. He found a bit of space there. In the end, his touch not quite able to control that one. Good idea, though, Fragigiannis. He saw a 2-on-1 situation at the back post. Now Tsakenis. United not letting him turn. And now Mayer in a bit of space. Driving forward. Roberto Speranza just cutting out that supply to Antelmi. Here's Gonzalez. Finds Mayer. Goes on. Carries his run into the box. Roberto Speranza, though, was in the way. The experience there, getting his body between the man and the ball. Not giving Gonzalez the opportunity to get on the end of that 1-2 attempt with Mayer. Are we going to find a winner in normal time, or are we going to go to extra time? It's been a very tight affair. Sydney United certainly on top in this second period. And now they're looking to combine through Sim, who gets it out to Simonoski. Into the back post it goes, but Millgate keeps his calm. Such an experienced defender. Came across, of course, from Apia in the off-season. In the end, foul's being given away, so Sydney United able to stay on the front foot. Sim wants to take this one. Millgate with the composure in the initial phase there. The foul's being given away by Giorgio Speranza. And Sim with a chance to whip one in on the left foot. The in-swinger. Vekic trying to organise his defence here. Can Sim find his target? Uskok's at the back post. Vlastelica's there too. Millgate and Cairncross with the responsibility on them. Where will Sim go with this? He goes to the back post. And Vlastelica with the initial header. And in the end, it's gone away from a corner. Marconi with the defensive work. Simonowski was lining up at the back post. Sim's over this one. No Glenn Trefiro, certainly assumed much of the responsibility over the dead ball. Sim, again he goes to the back post. Vekic with the punch. Simonowski might have used a hand to try and control that one. Keep it alive for Sydney United. 15 minutes remain. 0-0 is the score. Tony Tanous with you. You're live and interactive across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company. Sydney United certainly been on the front foot. Those captions you'll see throughout the statistics. Sim looks to find Simonowski. Now he can go one-on-one against Giorgio Speranza. Simonowski. Speranza doing well just to wait for his teammate in Connor Evans. Experience showing there. Since Antelmi's come on, Simonowski's gone out on that right-hand side. Sim dropping off in that number 10 playmaker role. He's had an excellent game. Can United capitalise on their second half? They've yet to beat Marconi. The past couple of years since Marconi have been back up in the top flight. The winner of this take on the loser of Apia and Blacktown City. Those two teams to play out the preliminary semi-final this evening from Lambert Park. Join Adam Santarossa at 7 p.m. for that one. But for now, tension rises here at Sydney United Sports Centre. Tariq Mayer's gone across to take this one. Uskok's in there. Vekic with the one-handed punch. Switch out from Fragigiannis to Tariq Mayer. Simonowski's at the back post. He can't find him though. And Vekic can try and get the transition going. It's been quite blunted in the second half for Marconi. They finally get one into the feet here of Vela. Now he's got a pocket of space down this left-hand side. Can Marconi provide the sucker punch here? In it goes. Clearance coming from Vlastelica. Now the combination again. Sim switches it out to Bilic. And Telmi goes inside. It's over his head. Back to the back post is Simonowski. Appeals for handball against Giorgio Speranza. Play on's the call though. Ben Abraham. United's feeling they may have had something there against Giorgio Speranza. Simonowski still having a whisper to the assistant referee. As Vlastelica looks for the switch out to Bilic. Now Mayer in space. Pings it out to the right-hand side for Simonowski. And he goes towards Antelmi. And a terrific opening, that one. Excellent delivery, Simonowski. And Telmi made the run to the near post. And the substitute couldn't get anything on the end of it. United asking more and more questions. So we approach the final 10 minutes of this elimination final. Thanks for your company. Tony Tanous with you. Leave your comments throughout. Of course, the grand final date set, 31st of August. What a build-up. Snap up your tickets. Going to be some occasion that at Bankware Stadium. Football in many ways coming home. These clubs with a history of grand finals at the Parramatta Stadium. What an occasion that'll be, and these two teams want to be a part of it. Jesic, who's been the hot hand for Marconi for much of the second half of the season, scored the two goals for them in the Waratah Cup final. Hasn't seen too much of the ball. And Peter Tsakenis is going to go to his bench again. He's going to bring on the freshman in Anthony Frangi. He's been out for much of the season, or the second half of the season, with a knee injury. And he's going to come on for James Andrew. So it's another change in that front third.
Substitution for
James Andrew not finding that space that he had and enjoyed so much in the Waratah Cup final. His shift is done. He can set himself for Wednesday night Waratah Cup final. Frangi goes on the right side of the attack. So it's a straight swap. Frangi, of course, can play anywhere across the front third. Moved across from Harkoa, the youngster. Had such an excellent season last year, a real breakout season for him. Made the big move to Marconi. Been a frustrating season for him. The knee injury in the second half of the season. But he's come off the bench against Blacktown a couple of weeks ago. Provided the spark for Peter Tsakenis. Can he do the same this afternoon at Adensa Park? Bilic looks to go inside. Can cross. Gets the help of Giorgio Speranza. Now Fra Georgianis in strongly there was Vela. Liam Rose has dropped a little bit deeper since Pakatas came off. Maya flicks it out to the left-hand side. And there was Antelmi at that near post again. Ian Millgate doing just enough to clear for Marconi. United can keep on the front foot though. Will Fra Georgianis go long here? And tell me maybe the target. They go short though, Simonoski. In the end, that one fizzles out for Sydney United. Defensive discipline for both sides has been the key. Can they maintain it for the full 90 minutes? Uskok. Such an experienced player, finding Simonoski. He's fouled there by Giorgio Speranza. Not for the first time. It is going to be a set piece. Another opportunity here for Matt Sim. Another chance to whip in an in-swinger. Can Sim find a target here? Simonoski. In the end, it's Jesic who can clear. Millgate with the climb. And Roberto Speranza can clear. Now it's Marconi with a chance to go forward. They try and find Jesic at the back post, but Fra Georgianis alert to it. Strong in the air. Both these defences. Shown the strength in the air tonight. It's Cancross. Wants to go diagonal. Roberto Speranza from one side to the other, looking for Jesic. In goes the header, and Vlastelica had to stay alert. Ball was over the top of Uskok. We saw Jesic in the Waratah Cup final score from the back post. has had a great record against United this season. Scored a brace in that 5-0 victory back in round 6. Then the brace in the Waratah Cup final. Ball falls there to George Esperanza, perhaps not on his favoured left foot. And in the end, he scuffs his volley wide. Jesic not yet had the opportunities in this one. There's 5 minutes remaining. Are we going to find a hero? 0-0's the score. United has certainly been asking most of the questions in the second half. Contest there for possession. Free kick's been given in the favour of Marconi. Tension rising in the last few moments of normal time. The best of deliveries there out of defence from Marconi. Now they find Sekenis. Can he create something here, the youngster? Trying to get it out to Frangi. Certainly can pack a punch from range, Anthony Frangi. Now the combination, the two substitutes, and Frangi. He took that one quickly. Certainly a player with the ability to execute in those tight areas. We saw that last year at Hakoah. Scored some absolute bombs from distance. Good bit of combination there. Speaking to Peter Sekenis. Certainly been happy with the impact off the bench in the second half of the season. The two substitutes there. Damien Sekenis and Anthony Frangi. But now it's Fragigiannis trying to wrap around down the right-hand side. Overhit, though, from Simonovski. Still nothing to show for here at Sydney United Sports Centre. The loser of this, of course, will bow out for season 2019. They'll still be in action, of course, though both these sides have round of 16 FFA Cup games to come. Marconi on Wednesday night against Melbourne City. Down the road at Bosley Park. Sydney United at Campbelltown against the West Sydney Wanderers. Mouth-watering clash. Wednesday the 28th of August. Jump on the Sydney United pages for the links to the ticketing information. Pick up your tickets to Wednesday night's game at Marconi. Down the road at the Palace. For now, both these sides want to carry on in the NPL New South Wales season. Marconi have been doing much of the defending in the second period. Looking to penetrate down the left through Vela, but Uscock keeps his calm. He can come out here. Good ball from Rose into the feet of Sim. They can get Gonzalez coming forward down the left. Now Matt Sim. Fragigiannis makes the run. Down the right. Sim turns the other way. And now the combination. And Telmi trying his luck. And across the face of goal. Not a bad effort there. Certainly had an inch or two of space. Took it and lined the shot up. Vekic looked like he had that one covered. Both teams showing an interest as we approach injury time in this elimination final. Now Marconi have the opportunity through Frangi. Turning one way, then the other. Working back though, Gonzalez. Just to help clear that for United. And Telmi lays it down. Now Sim again, finds space. Can they open it up here? Through Simonoski down the right-hand side. On he goes, Peter Simonoski! In the end, too close to the keeper in Vekic. Certainly a player with the ability. Sydney United's leading scorer this season. Peter Simonoski. Trying to hit the double figures there. More importantly, send Sydney United into a minor semi-final. Bilic drives at Roberto Speranza. Now he looks to tee up Massim. Good feet from Massim. Can he finish? He can't get his shot on target. Did all the work. Excellent feet on the edge of the box. And just as you thought he was about to hit the back of the net, he couldn't quite wrap that left foot around it. And the opportunity goes begging as we go into injury time here, of which we'll have 3 minutes. Sydney United have been knocking and knocking in this second half and not been able to open Vekic's door. We thought that was the moment there, but Sim scuffing his attempt after doing all the handiwork. Flick on coming here. Tsakenis goes down. Marconi. They've survived a great opening to United down the other end. And can they provide the sucker punch? Through this set piece, Yulin it goes. Tsakenis with the climb, he was first to it. The youngster showing his aerial prowess. Spoke about his aggressive nature. There he gets that off his father, the coach Peter Tsakenis. Happy to compete in the physical stakes despite the tender age. Forward it goes to Vela. Loves to drive out of that midfield. In it goes from Vela. Can't quite get the tail on the cross. Comfortable in the end from Manos. Tariq Mayer runs away and Yuli is going to go into the book. He joins Jesic and Milgate. So 3 players from each side booked now. Forward go United. Comfortable though. Fred Georgianis knew that was too heavy. Vekic all over that one. Can either side create another moment? Or are we going to go to extra time, of which there will be 30 minutes. Manos here with a bit of work to do defensively. As Marconi bared down on goal. Marconi benches up there. They thought they had a moment. They wanted the penalty. The youngster it was. Damien Tsakenis. We talk about his aggression. The ref wave play on and now he's brought an end to the 90 minutes here. We are going to go to extra time. 30 minutes each way, 15 minutes each way. We're going to have 30 minutes of extra time. 0-0 it finishes here at Sydney United Sports Centre.
We'll now move into 2 periods of 15 minutes of extra time.
The stalemate eventuates. Sydney United with most of the opportunities in the second half. Not quite able to find that final touch in and around the box. We will have a quick short break and be back with the second half action from Sydney United Sports Centre. And it's a welcome back to Sydney United Sports Centre. We're in extra time here in the Elimination Final 2019. Fourth place, Sydney United certainly had the ascendancy in the second half of the 90 minutes.
The Elimination Final between Sydney United and Marconi Stallions is about to begin.
Perhaps the best opportunity, Matt Sim blazing away.
Marconi Stallions 0.
We're now going to go into 30 minutes of extra time, 15 minutes each way. Both coaches, of course, with the opportunity to use an additional substitute.
Ultra Football, Powerade and Mitre.
Peter Tsakenis has brought on a couple of attackers in Damien Tsakenis and Anthony Frangi. And Telme's come on for Sydney United. What's ahead of us in this extra time period? Sydney United, same stage last year.
Daniela, Audi 5 Dog, Innovative Financial,
Made the finals.
and Capital Painting Group.
Went to extra time and penalties twice in their 3 games in the finals last year. Marconi, of course, with plenty of big game players. Some big recruitment in the off-season, particularly from Blacktown City. Likes of Zach Cancross, the Speranza brothers, Giorgio and Roberto, Connor Evans, Mitch Malia, who's been replaced in this one. Add Nathan Millgate in the centre of defence, who moved across from Apia. Grand finalist in the past 2 NPL seasons. There's lots of experience out there for the Stallions. Started to find a little bit more joy towards the end of that match as Damien Tsakenis and Frangi, a couple of good combination moments for them. They'll certainly give them a bit of a boost heading into this extra time period. It's Tony Tanous with you. You're live and interactive. Thanks for your company across the Football New South Wales channels. Hasn't been the open affair we may have hoped for. With everything at stake, though, you can understand the tension around here as the ball goes out to Frangi. He can drive here at Gonzalez. In it goes. Cutting it out, though, Vlastelica. Bilic now on the counter-attack. Sim's peeled out to the left-hand side. Swapping positions here. Sim with a chance to deliver. Driving at his defender, and now he's at the byline, and in it goes, and there's the opening goal. It's Patrick Antelmi who opens the scoring here. Sydney United take a lead. We're at the beginning of extra time, and Matt Sim, who's been foraging away in the middle of the park, popped up on the left side of the attack. Drove past Roberto Speranza, and he found Antelmi in the 6-yard box. The substitute there to tap it away. And Antelmi with his 6th of the season.
For Sydney United, scored by number 9, Patrick Antelmi.
And it's Sydney United 58 who take the lead early in the extra time period. And Telmi with his 6th of the season. Sim, who's been the go-to for much of this match. No Glenn Trefiro, of course. And Sim has certainly stepped up. Was featured in last week's Ultra Football Team of the Week. Did Matt Sim. And he's carried on that form here. Tight opening half. United certainly the busier of the 2 in the second half. Didn't get their reward, but they found it here early in the extra time period. Came off the bench last week in that 3-1 win that got Sydney United their spot in the finals, that assured them of their position. And Tell Me scored the goal to make it 3-1. And he's come off the bench today. We're going to see another substitution here. Adrian Vlastelica had an excellent afternoon in the centre of defence. He's going to come off here for Jordan Roberts. So that's likely to result in a bit of a reshuffle. Yanni Fragigiannis will move across alongside Tomislav Uskok, and Jordan Roberts will come on the right side of defence.
Number 4, Adrian Vlastelica, replaced by number 3, Jordan Roberts.
So Roberts, who was in the starting 11 last week, had to make do with a position on the bench this afternoon. But he comes on with 25 minutes remaining, and he's got a big job to do for Sydney United. Remember, they did take the lead, Sydney United, in the Waratah Cup final. Marconi were able to mow them down. Peter Tsakenis has brought on his attackers in Damien Tsakenis and Anthony Frangi. No Marty Fernandez today, out with an ankle injury. Liam Yulian strongly there. He's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Now Roberto Speranza just getting involved off the play there with Tariq Mayer. Here is Yuli. Goes towards Millgate at that back post. Georgia Speranza, no time to waste for the Stallions. They find Jesic. Roberts goes across, the freshman to apply the pressure. Jesic gets it inside. Villa's the target! And he gets the header on. And in the end, Manos does enough. An excellent save from the keeper. Vela got him behind Gonzalez. A lovely switch from Jesic. And the central midfielder loves to drive forward, Brendan Vela. Denied in the end, on the line by Tom Manos. Jesic is over the resulting corner. Goes near post. Away by Antelmi. Millgate still in the mix. Here he is, Nathan Millgate. Can't find a green shirt. Sims back, working back. Roberts up. Sydney United with the lead, as I mentioned. They've yet to beat Marconi since the Stallions have returned to the men's one top flight. 5 games, 3 for Marconi. Jesic now, here he is, must score! Hits the post! Can you believe that? Marco Jesic, who's been the hot hand against Sydney United, has been in great form. Rounded his defender. Manos comes now. Falls here to Frangi. Marconi. Here they go. Frangi. How did Jesic miss that? Still on here though for the Stallions. Clearance comes from Uskok. Now the ball in from Yuli. Fella down. Marconi mounting pressure. Transition moment might be on here for United. Foul coming there. Frustration from Vela. Sim just drawing him into that foul. The experience showing there. Marconi want United to take this one quickly. United happy to eat away the seconds. Tenth minute of the first half of extra time. 0-0 it was at the end of normal time. Sydney United opening it up early in the second half. Matt Sim breaking down the left-hand side. Getting a ball inside for Antelmi to poach away and give Sydney United the 1-0 lead. As it stands, United will be in action on Wednesday night against the loser of Apia and Blacktown City. Marconi will also be in action, but it will be FFA Cup action rather than NPL New South Wales action. They still have time, 20 minutes to rescue this one. It's been a remarkable run of form from them. 7 games in a row, 7 wins prior to last week's loss to the Wollongong Wolves. So they believe they can. There's lots of belief in the squad. Tell me the goal scorer. Just getting the assistance. He comes off momentarily. It looks like he's okay to carry on. Fourth official, Craig Fisher, just ushering him back onto the pitch. It's Damien Sekenis battling away there. Giving away the free kick. Felt he was sandwiched there. Looks like Mirov Lastelica is going to bring on another substitute. The enforcer in Anthony Tomilic, a holding midfielder. Adaptable player, can play also in defence. And he will be coming on, Anthony Tomilic. And it will be Matt Sim, who's had a terrific afternoon here. He's provided the assist. So far has Sydney United 1-0 up.
Matthew Sim.
He missed a great opportunity deep into normal time. But he's made up for it early in the second half. And so it's an attacking central midfielder replaced by a holding central midfielder. And he's going to drop in front of the 2 central defenders. Tomilic is going to drop in front of Uskok and Fragigiannis. And it looks like Liam Rose, who was in that anchor midfield role, has just moved into a slightly more advanced role in that number 8 position. Very good crowd turned up here at Sydney United Sports Centre for this great local derby. Marconi Trail have had the edge over United, not only this season, the last 2 seasons. Two teams that have played in some massive games over the years. Talked about those great grand finals at the Parramatta Stadium. These two sides, of course, met in the 1988 grand final. Went all the way to penalties. Marconi coming out on top in that one. Right now they need an equaliser. To get him to spot kicks. Tsakenis with the header down to Frangie. Fouled by Uzcock. Heavy collision there. So it is a free kick here to the Stallions. And again they can send Cancross and Millgate forward. United have done a terrific job so far defensively to keep the likes of Millgate and Cancross out. But the foul's mounting. The opportunity here for Evans. He's looking towards Millgate. Cancross is central. Millgate is the target, and he gets the header on. The header's wide, but the flag did go up on the near touchline. Matthew McCorrist. Millgate just sneaking into an offside position there. Decent delivery from Evans. So we tick towards half-time in extra time. 1-0 it is to Sydney United. And tell me the goal scorer. Now Tomilic, the fresh man, finds Bilic. Both these sides, of course, with fixtures midweek. Talk about that fixture congestion. Both teams, if they go the whole way to the grand final, they will have played 5 games in 15 days. There's 120 minutes here to factor in as well. Good feet from the former West Sydney Wanderers Academy player Tariq Mayer. Now it's out on the right-hand side. Simonoski driving inside, drawing the foul from Evans. United certainly spoke about the aggressive nature around their game plan, being on the front foot and going for it. They've certainly done that, particularly after the halftime break. Simonoski just eating the seconds away, getting some treatment for some cramping. He's drawn a foul that not only eats the seconds, but gives United the opportunity to extend their lead. Will they go towards Uzcock? He's one of the targets. Up he goes, Uzcock. The header's tame in the end, comfortable for Vekic, who hasn't had too much to do, Nenad Vekic, but he had to pick the ball up out of the net in this first period of extra time, and tell me it was who gave Sydney United the lead, 1-0. And at the break, in extra time, half-time in extra time, it is Sydney United who lead this by 1-0 over the Marconi Stallions, who have their work ahead of them. We'll be back with more action shortly. And it's a welcome back to Sydney United Sports Centre. You're watching the elimination final in the 2019 NPL New South Wales Men's 1 final series, 4th versus 5th. The loser bows out for season 2019. And with 15 minutes remaining, the second half of extra time, Marconi have their work ahead of them. They trail by 1-0. 0-0 it was after 90 minutes, but Antelmi opening it up on 93 minutes. Getting on the end of a Matt Sim ball. The only goal so far of the game. Antelmi 6th of the season. Marconi now have to chase this one. They want to play on quickly at every opportunity. Remember, more action to come this evening. As the ball goes forward. Now it falls to the Stallions. Can they penetrate here through Jesic? The 1-2 combination. Jesic couldn't quite get to it ahead of the keeper in Manos. Up goes the tempo from the Stallions. Sydney United can't quite hit Antelmi, and now it's a free kick to the Stallions. They are going to bring on Peter Markovic. So much emotion last week around his farewell. They weren't sure if they were going to carry on into the finals. They won last week, so that's given Markovic the opportunity to have another run. And he comes on here, the experienced defender, to a great reception. Bilic coming off. It's been a great shift from him. In many ways, redemption for his sending off in the Waratah Cup final, Matthew Bilic. As the ball comes in, looking for Cairncross. Liam Rose, first to that second ball. Now Antelmi wanted to switch it out to Simonoski. Here's a chance for Roberts. Can United go quickly in transition? Rose. Just happy to knock it down into that right-hand channel for Roberts to chase. He can't quite keep it in. Roberto Speranza. Now Millgate. Forward it goes to Tsakenis. We've got another free kick here, a chance to send the big men forward again. We saw Millgate the first half of extra time get him behind, but he was deemed offside. Can they find the target here? Millgate again, the header inside. The flag's gone up though at that back post. June Park alert to that one. Frangie was drifting into an offside position from the Millgate header. Yet another chance goes begging. Can they find a bit of subtlety? The Stallions. Remember, the action will keep rolling from 7 p.m. tonight, Lambert Park. Join Adam Santarossa across our Football New South Wales channels for the preliminary semi-final. Second placed Apia at home to the Blacktown City side, coached by Mark Crittenden. Been tight affairs between those two sides this season. We are going to see Marconi go to the bench. They are going to bring on Peter Pelikanos. Don't have many attacking options left. Brought on their two attackers already. Pelikanos will go on.
Substitute. substitution for Marconi Stallions. Number 4, Roberto.
Straight swap for Roberto Speranza. So Pelicanos go on the right side of the defence. He's got a bit of defending to do here. As United forage forward down the left-hand side. In it goes. Giorgio Speranza at the back post. They have to get it down the other end. Jesic looking for that combination, but picked off by Tomalic. Eventually finds the open man on the left. United happy to keep possession here. Good build up from them. Stroking it around. They find the open man. Simonovsky. Lovely build up this. Can they penetrate? In behind he goes, and referees pointed to the spot. It's a penalty to Sydney United. The trip came. A lovely bit of combination play. Patience there from Sydney United. Eventually they found the open ball. And as they drove into the box, Marconi committing the foul. And it's given Antelmi here the opportunity to put the sign, seal and deliver on this one. And Antelmi, who gave Sydney United the lead on 93 minutes. Can he give them the 2-0 lead here? He gets it past Nenad Vekic, and Sydney United take a 2-0 lead in the second half of extra time. And if it was difficult for the Marconi Stallions, it's become a mountain now. Trailing 2-0 in the second half of extra time. And tell me at the double for Sydney United 58. They're going to march on, it seems, to a minor semi-final date on Wednesday night against either the Apia Leichhardt Tigers or Blacktown City. And tell me goes to 7 for the season. A lovely bit of play from Mirov Lastelits's man, keeping the ball patiently. Marconi in the head forced into the foul. And the Sydney United faithful right across the ground break out into song. So Kennis has just dropped off into the midfield to help in the build-up. Now it's Frangie. Millgate's gone forward here. Again, he's in an offside position. United have been marshalled perfectly in that centre of defence. They've been alert to the threat of Millgate. He's gone forward here in the dying minutes of extra time. Still work to do for Sydney United. We spoke about their increase in goal scoring form heading into the finals. 7 in the last 3 games. Now they're looking to extend it here. Roberts lays it off. Tariq Mayer. Again, are they going to be patient here? This time Antelmi can't keep it. What an impact he's provided off the bench. Now Markovic working back in defence. Now Connor Evans. Marconi needs something and need it quick. Jesic takes on Fragigiannis, but Fragigiannis sticks to his job. Millgate's gone down in the back play on the edge of the box, claiming there was a bit going on there. Referee just having a word to him. Jesic has gone across to take this. If ever the Stallions needed a goal to keep their season alive, now's about the time. In it goes to the near post. Rose has been excellent right throughout the afternoon. Sydney United, like Marconi, one of the pre-season fancies. They've managed their squad well. In the end, they just got into the finals in 4th position. Needed to win on the final day. They've come into the finals, certainly fresher than they felt they were this time last year. And they've got a squad with lots of depth. And they've shown here through a disciplined defensive performance. One that's allowed them to build into this game. You saw in the second half, they got stronger and stronger. Didn't come before the end of the 90, but it came early in extra time. Clearance forward, Evans. It has to go forward for the Stallions. Millgate, who's gone into a striking role alongside the likes of Frangie. Damien Tsakenis has just dropped off. Playing behind him. They've taken the plunge. They've gone to a back three. Chasing this game. Yuli getting it forward here. Frangie with the flick on. Millgate with the buffer now. Can they get the loose ball? It's United players around the pieces. And tell me, excellent work from him just to draw the foul from Yuli. What you want from your target man. And you're leading 2-0. Just under 5 minutes remaining of extra time. If you just joined us, it's Tony Tanous with you. You're live across the Football New South Wales channels this Saturday evening. It's 2-0 to Sydney United. Patrick Antelmi has come off the bench for Miro Vlastelitz's men and scored 2 goals in extra time. The first a tap in from a Matt Sim set up, the second from the penalty spot. And here he is looking to add a third. Antelmi still going, gets it out to that left-hand side, and Simonovsky wanted to go first time there. Try and give United a 3-goal buffer. Tame effort. And Marconi can launch. Here's Damien Tsakenis. Can he conjure a moment of magic? Now it's Frangie trying his luck, and he can't get his shot down. Anthony Frangie, as we said earlier, certainly can strike from range. Coming back from a long-term injury. Maybe not quite got the confidence in front of goal that he had last season. Everything he struck seemed to hit the back of the net. United happy to eat the seconds away. They've got a free kick here, which they'll use to churn away the seconds. Remember, both these sides still got some Cups competitions to come. The FFA Cup round to 16. So Marconi, while they will bow out of the New South Wales men's NPL season, if they can't get a couple of goals in the remaining minutes here, they're still in action on Wednesday against Melbourne City. Sydney United will also be in action on Wednesday in the minor semi-final against either Arpia or Blacktown. That game will come to you after this, 6-7 p.m. Join us for that. Then Wednesday night, another double header. Wollongong Wolves will play the winner of Arpia versus Blacktown. It'll be over at Wynn Stadium. Adam Santaros will be there for that one. And if Sydney United hang on here, they will be away at either Lambert Park or Lilies against either Arpia or Blacktown City. Wednesday night, we'll be joining you for that one. And we've got the preliminary final to come next Saturday, the 24th of August. Still plenty of finals action to come. Thanks for your company throughout the year. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you this last fortnight. With everything on the line in terms of the championship, we saw the Wollongong Wolves, of course, wrap up the premiership last week. They got their premiership trophy. They'll be looking to complete the premiership championship double. Luke Wilkshire's men certainly heading to these finals as the favourites. But there's a history of teams not being able to complete the double. We saw Olympic were able to do it last year for only the third time in 12 years. So still plenty to play for across this NPL New South Wales season. Marconi, time running out for them. They launch long and now they pick up the loose ball through Vela. Into the box they go. Can they find a late goal here? Liam Rose, who's been excellent for United. And then Tell Me turning it into the path of Simonovsky. Forward they flow here through Meyer. Can they complete a third? In it goes to Antelmi and Vekic. Excellent stop from him. And in the end, the foul coming from Tariq Meyer. Terrific stop there. Nenad Vekic to deny Antelmi the hat-trick. But he has been the difference player. He has come off the bench. And he's provided a brace in extra time. Patrick Antelmi. Roberts applying the pressure there on his opposite number in Giorgio Speranza. And that's it. That's the end of the elimination final for 2019. Sydney United 58 march on to a date against either RPO or Blacktown City. They win it in extra time. 0-0 it finished after 90 minutes. And it came down to Patrick Antelmi opening it up in extra time. He scored in the 93rd minute to give United the lead. And then he tucked away a penalty in the second half of extra time to give United a 2-0 lead. Marconi bow out for 2019. They'll still be in action on Wednesday night in FFA Cup. But for now, from Adenso Park, Sydney United, a 58 march on to the second week of the finals. Remember, stay with us, 7 p.m. tonight. Blacktown City versus RPL Leichhardt Tigers. But from Adenso Park, wrapping up the elimination semi-final, where it's finished. Marconi Stallions nil, Sydney United 58-2.